The TSM set final phase, also the second and final phase, notification has come, the dates have come, you're all aware of that. But there are several misunderstandings. People have not understood this properly. So this short video will try to explain who is eligible, what is the procedure, and what are the important points as far as the final phase is concerned. Also in the notification, the special round and spot round details also have been given, but we will discuss that in a separate video. So this time the final phase got delayed a little bit because the government wanted to wait for the JOSA counseling to start. So therefore, this year, everybody is going to see an improvement in their position from the first phase for two reasons. One, the first phase took place before JOSA counseling started. So obviously now 2 rounds of JOSA counseling have taken place. So some students will migrate there and those seats will fall vacant. That is first condition. The second one is that this year some more seats have got added, mostly in computer science branches and also in top colleges. So I'm told about 3,500 seats are getting added in the convener quota. So obviously everybody is going to go up. So because of these two reasons, this year the final phase counseling is very important and all of you have to take it seriously, because I'm coming across some students and parents who say that, okay, we are happy with whatever we got, etc., etc. When you're going to get a better seat, a better branch and better college, you should definitely go for the final phase. So, but then there are some misunderstandings and I will try to clarify those points. Okay, first thing is, who are the people who can apply for the second phase or the final phase? Candidates who have secured a seat in the first round but not interested to join, people who've not gone for the branch allotted. They have already gone through the first phase, but they're not satisfied with the seat and they have not taken the seat. Second, who have not secured seats so far, but got their certificates verified. That means they've participated in the first round, got their certificates verified, participated in the first round, but they did not get a seat of they did not get any seat. All right. Then people who have not exercised the option so far, but got their seats verified. There are some students who've got their seats verified for some strange reason. They did not participate in the counseling process. They have not given the web options. So you can give the web options now. Then, who have secured a seat. Now, most of you, a majority of you will fall in this category, who have secured a seat, self-reported and aspiring for a better option, that you are eligible. Some people are thinking that you will not be eligible unless you give up this seat. No, nothing like that. So you have secured a seat, you've done self-reporting, and now you are aspiring for a better option. So definitely you can participate and you should participate in the second round for the reasons that I have mentioned earlier. And then finally, any other eligible candidate, anybody else who is eligible. That means practically anybody and everybody who's qualified in EAMCET and who is eligible to apply for a seat under the convener quota can go for the second round. So even if you have not got your certificates verified earlier, you can go for certificate verification now and then participate in option filling and then participate in the second round of counseling. Now the important points. The important points are this. Unlike this JOSA counseling, where the counseling that goes on for IITs and NITs and IIITs, here every round, basically you have 2 rounds, the rounds are independent. So you have to give fresh options here. That's the most important thing. So your first round options, whatever you've given in the first round options are all deleted. So the system is going to forget the first round options. Only whatever options you give now will be considered for this second round. So you'll have to give fresh options as far as your second round is concerned. So first phase options will not be considered at all. Now, what are you going to do? So people ask me, parents ask me, we do not know how many seats are available. We do not know where the vacancies are, etc., etc. You don't need to know, because what is going to happen is, even if suppose in an X college there is no vacancy right now, but in the final phase, some student from this X college would have got a seat in some Y college, and this will get vacant. So for your consideration, what you have to assume is seats in all branches, in all colleges are vacant, and proceed. All right, so that is how you got to proceed. Also, unfortunately, the new branches and the increased seat allotment has not been notified by the authorities in the website. I hope before the web options start, it would get notified. It should get notified. Obviously, web options cannot be given unless the seat matrix is defined. So the seat matrix, the fresh seat matrix, I think will be made known by the time the counseling starts. So therefore, it is important for you to go through the colleges that you have in mind, check if new branches have got added, and then consider those branches also in your web options. So when you're giving web options afresh, you have to give web options as if all seats in all colleges are available, and proceed. There is no limit to the number of options that you can give. Go ahead and proceed. But one thing you have to keep in mind is this one, which is that if you get a seat in final phase, previous allotment will be cancelled. Now, this is very, very important. You got to understand this. Like, for example, say you've got CVR, ECE. Let's say you got ECE in CVR college. Now, you have given some options. Somebody told you that CSE is important, IT is a better branch, and you've been given IT. You got IT in, say, Vardhaman. Let's say you in the final phase, you got IT in Vardhaman. Now, you can't say that, no, I'm not interested in IT in Vardhaman. I want to go back to my electronics in CVR. That can't happen. So, if you are allotted a seat in the final phase, the earlier allotment will get cancelled and that will be given to somebody else. So you have to give the options carefully, and you have to give the options which you are going to prefer over the current option. So whatever options that you give in the system, the last option will be your current option. Whether you give it or not, the system will take that as the last option. So every other option will be above this. So if you get that option, the current option will get deleted. So that is what you got to consider. You have to keep in mind. Some parents are thinking that after the final phase, I'll be given a choice between, say, Vardhaman IT and CVR ECE, and I can choose one. No, no such options will be given. Automatically, if you have placed Vardhaman IT as your preferred option in the option entry, web options that you have given, then the system will assume that you are preferring that to your current option that you have right now. Therefore, what they're going to do is they're going to delete the CVR ECE and give you Vardhaman IT. So that is what you got to keep in mind. So that is the most important point. So therefore, a corollary to that is, if you are satisfied with phase 1, do not apply for the final phase. If you are happy with whatever you've got and you don't want to move up, you're contented, then don't go for final phase. Whatever you have, be happy with that. But I don't think you should be doing it, because this year, because of the two conditions that I mentioned earlier, everybody is going to see an improvement in college and branch. And therefore, my advice is you should go for it. But exercise your web options sensibly. You should give only those options which you would be interested in, only those options which are better than your current option. So all those options which are better than your current options, only give those options and proceed. This is a very, very important point. You got to keep this in mind. The next thing is that what are the important dates? So slot booking for those students, this is not for everybody. Again, there are some students who have not got their certificates verified. So for those students, 6th to 7th November, you can do your slot booking. You can go for your certificate verification on 8th November. Again, point 1 and point 2 apply to only those minority of students, very few students who have not got their certificate verified. Most of you have got certificates verified, so these two do not apply to you. So action will start for you from the third one, exercising options, 6th to 9th November. This time, because the final counseling got delayed, all of this has got compressed. Last year, we had almost about 5 to 6 days for giving the options, but this time we don't have so many days. So you should start planning today itself, because day after tomorrow, you'll have to start giving the options. So excising options, 6th to 9th November. So carefully consider your options. Now, a lot of realization has happened in most cases. Some parents have felt that, the college, they've not considered the distance. Now it's at, the distance is very high, so they're not ready to send their children so far. Some students have realized that IT is as good as CSE. They don't have to go to ECE. So a lot of realization has come. So good that the realization has come. Now you got a second chance and use the opportunity properly. So this excising these options, carefully think through and give only those options which you prefer to your existing option. All right. So 6th to 9th November. Then freezing of options happens on 9th November. Provisional allotment takes place on 12th November. And then payment of fees and self-reporting, the usual procedure which you are familiar by now. You've done that in the first round, 12th to 15th November. And reporting at the allotted college, 12th to 16th November. And then last date for cancellation, 18th November. So if you want to cancel and you want to get your money refund, the course fees refunded, then 18th November is the last date. Now, while talking about fees, the point that I need to mention is that suppose you're allotted a seat in the final phase, what happens is the fees that you've already paid in the first phase, you got a seat, let's assume that you got a seat and you paid some fees. So that fees will get transferred to the new college where you've got a seat now under the final counseling. If there is a difference, you got to pay the difference. If suppose you go to a college where the fees is lower, the fees will be refunded to you. So don't worry about the fees. The fees will get transferred. And if there is any difference, you either have to pay to the new college or the fees will be refunded to you. So don't worry about that. So don't worry about the fees part. Whatever fees that you've paid in the first round is safe, and it'll get transferred to your new college. So if you still have questions on whatever I presented, please present those questions in the form of comments. Our team will get back to you. But let me tell you, don't be contented with whatever you got in the first phase. This time, second phase, the final phase presents a lot of opportunities for students. I'm sure everybody will get a better option because of the two conditions that I mentioned earlier. So it is in your own interest that you exercise this option wisely. Any questions, please ask. We will come back to you with clarifications. All the best.